what's up, everybody, on Hookah Giveaway. It's your favorite reviewer. I'm Silencer. Tony was unable to make it with us today, but I'm coming to you guys live from the Beehive Cafe coffee and dessertery spot on East Carson Street in downtown Pittsburgh. You guys got to check the place out, I'm telling you. High-end teas, exotic stuff, exotic coffees. It's a fantastic little spot. We're back here in the Smokers Lounge for those guys. And me and Pat, my buddy, the Rivethead, sitting back here, we set up two of our hookahs just for the heck of it, and we're going to do a double review for you guys today. On the one hand, we have the brand new Mia Sarai hookah I picked up. It's the Falcor model. I, of course, being the Star Wars nerd that you guys know I am, decided to go with the Millennium Falcor because that is singularly the best name. Plus, the base looks like hyperspace, so you got to go with that too. On the other hand, we have Pat's
Magnezita Nefertiti Model Number B.
Nefertiti Model B. Why did you say Model Number B? B is
on
not
the
a number.
website they have a number.
But yeah, how is it number B? Anyway,
explain the logic to that.
Like I said, we don't write the descriptions for these things. But we're checking out two different flavors of Nakhla today, which has been something we've been getting a lot of requests for, me and Tony. The two we are doing respectively are, in Pat's larger hookah, we have the double apple flavor. In mine, we have the sweet melon. Packaging appears as such. This is the Nakhla that they usually send it to you straight. Very traditional style tobacco. I definitely was digging that right off the cusp. And this one here's the double apple, right?
Yes.
As you can see, evidenced by what we have here, it's definitely a natural cut. It's a little bit longer on the cut too. It's much larger leaf pieces. You're going to have some stems in there as well that you may have to pick through. Very dark
stems.
Well, yeah.
But it works out well. It helps with buzz too.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing. This stuff provides for a nice buzz too whenever you get it really smoking particularly well. So having a couple in your bowl is not necessarily a bad thing, especially with this style. It sort of reminds me of Alfaquer in terms of moisture.
A little bit drier than
a little bit drier. That's definitely true. Has a deep red color to it. The smell, in particular, is what impressed me about this stuff, because usually when you have double apple or two apple flavors, you get that very strong black licorice feel coming off of it. We didn't have that with this one. I got more of an apple ambiance with just a hint of the licorice underneath of it. So that was something that was very encouraging. As far as how this stuff's smoking, the sweet melon as well, exact same cut, but we had to use a feta cheese container because Pat doesn't have an actual baggie for this stuff. Same cut, dark brown in color instead. And very, very, very pleasant, nice melon coming off of it. It's not super intense, which I was a little concerned with at first, but, upon actually smoking it, you realize the subtlety to it's actually kind of a good thing. Now, we're sitting back and we're burning this stuff. We got a couple of 3 Kings on here because quick lights are just easier for when you're doing public place smoking. But, as far as how this stuff is burning down, oh, stupid ball bearings.
It's very smooth, very subtle for the sweet melon. Flavor-wise, if you really go for the flavor, I'd give it a 7 or an 8 because the flavor is subtle. It's a mellow smoke, really enjoyable.
Yeah, the sweet melon in particular, which is what I have loaded up in the Falcor right now, that particular one has a really pleasant but very light melon taste to it, which a lot of people complain that the melons in particular are too intense from a lot of other brands. This one is very sweet, not very tart, and lighter on the flavor. This is an excellent outdoor sort of summertime smoke, so I would definitely check it out for that reason. But it's also producing some really, really nice clouds if you guys have been paying attention. Not bad, not bad. And the one thing that's really awesome about Nakhla on a side note is that this is sort of regarded as like a very good beginner shisha. It's not very tricky on heat management. Usually if you just throw like one complete 3 Kings cold or say 2 Coconaras on it, you should be fine. And the upshot to it is it's also extremely cost effective. This stuff is a little bit on the cheaper side, and it's kind of regarded as like the average smoke. Average clouds, average flavor coming off of it. You're going to have, some very nice subtle flavors, and at the same time, you're going to get some above average smoke, I would say. I think it's worth it definitely for the money. This is definitely a good cost alternative in terms of even flavor to, AF or Starbuzz, things along those lines. But again, the sweet melon one has a particularly light flavor to it.
So if you're just looking for a nice laid-back session, you don't want the intense flavor.
You don't want the hyper-intense flavor. I think this one is definitely the one you're probably looking for. And as I said, excellent summertime smoke. Excellent summertime smoke. I actually have some real great tea that I picked up from here at the Beehive, and it is really, really good stuff. But anyway, as far as the double apple is concerned, or two apple, excuse me, this stuff.
Right now it's going a little bit weaker on the smoke. I'm adding another cool to it.
But, I was producing some great clouds here a second ago, but the flavor is phenomenal. You know, I was never a fan of a double apple thing. I never was, because, you know, you would get black licorice. That's what it tasted like. You know, it didn't really have a whole lot of character to it. It just tasted like, albeit traditional, but, you know, just black licorice. It tastes like molasses. That's not, you know, what I was looking for. But this one actually has a really, really, really pleasant apple balance to it. It's one of the better natural style ones I've had.
And if you, a little trick I learned, if you want to get a real nice apple flavor out of it, smoke in a cooler environment. I go outdoors, 50 degrees outside, ice water in the base, and you're getting pure apple, no anise to it. Whereas right now you're getting apple anise balance to it.
Very true, very true. You know, I mean, and Pat was actually the first person to educate me on that subject. Colder temperatures do seem to negate some of the black licorice problems that you may have with a lot of double apples. But, you know, if I had to go with a number on these ones, as far as the sweet melon is concerned, I am very, very, very satisfied with this stuff.
My overall rating on sweet melon, I give it an 8. It's great flavor, real subtle. You don't really have any problems. Even if you burn it, it's salvageable.
Yeah.
And double apple, it's a staple for me. I give it a 9.5. Really, I have never had a problem with the double apple. Never had the anise issues where it's solely anise flavor.
Yeah. Speaking from my perspective, I enjoyed, you know, I enjoyed these flavors a good bit. I think, you know, you're not necessarily going to get like the Mondo, you know, cloud effect or super flavors that you would from some of the other brands, but at the same time, it is a good smoke. It's a Class A smoke. I love it. And as far as the sweet melon is concerned, just because of the flavor subtlety, you know, again, I would prefer to get just a tweak, just a tiny amount more. I'm going with a 7.5. I think it is definitely above average, and I think it is, for the price, one of the better smokes you can get your hands on. The double apple, you know, and this is rare for me because, you know, traditional style molasses I was never big on, but for me, the double apple definitely gets a solid 8. I mean, this stuff is regarded as a staple in the industry for a very, very good reason.
And look, it's got a beautiful cut to the shisha.
Oh yeah, real easy to work with. Heat management's there.
Packings.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a really nice smoke. I actually think some of the Nakhlas, I might have to order a few more of these myself just to try them out.
And it's not finicky like with your Tangiers, with your Star Buzz. Sometimes you'll have issues with those smokes. It takes an experienced smoker.
Exactly.
And it's great for beginners.
Yeah, you know, I mean, this stuff provides the ease of use that you would get with, say, Star Buzz, which I widely regard as a very good beginner smoke, but extremely pricey. It has that ease of use to it, which I think adds to why it is desirable for a lot of beginner smokers. And at the same time, this stuff is fantastically cost effective. It really is. You know, it is not the most expensive shit out there, and I really think, you know, if you want to try something to, you know, evaluate that you can get a lot of for a lot less money, Nakhla is probably the best way to go. And not so much the Miso line, but the traditional Nakhla, I would strongly recommend you guys pick it up. But anyway, I'm going to be filming a few other things later on tonight while I'm here on the road trip. This is just hour one of our little session that we got going on.
We'll be doing some more Nakhla for you, maybe some Tangiers.
Now, you guys never know where I'm going to end up in Pittsburgh, so we will have a whole bunch more coming a little bit later on. I'm Silencer. My name be Jeff. That dude back there, that's my buddy. That's the Rivet Head. His name is Pat. Check us out on hookahgiveaway.com if you guys want to see some more, or if you want to win some free stuff. We'll catch you guys on the flip side and keep on smoking. Peace.